Alright, so greetings from Pennsylvania once again, and earlier today we were down at the Lower Swedish Cabin, the oldest house in Pennsylvania. We were just down at Fort Mifflin, which was a really cool spot. Now on my way home I stopped at Valley Forge. I'm not here so much for all the history today, but there's a trail I want to hike here called the Mount Misery Trail. Just something to do on the way home. But we will see some history while we're here, because in order to get to that trail I have to walk through a historical area. I'm parked at what's called the Knox's. This is Knox's headquarters, or Knox's parking lot here at Valley Forge. And I'm headed towards Mount Misery Trail. Just something a little bit to do on the way home. We want to hike this trail for a little bit. There are some ruins on the trail too. There's the ruins of the colonial bottling plant. I filmed that some time ago, but we'll check it out again. Anyway, I'm gonna quit yapping as usual, and we'll see some cool buildings, see some history. Then we'll get on trail, get out in the woods. All right, there's decent parking here. Of course, there's Naomi, and this is Route 252 right here, where we're at. Kind of on the west side of the park, Valley Forge. And up that way is Mount Misery. Yeah, so here's some of the history before we get up to the trail. Beautiful old home. We'll take a closer look at that quick, but old farm here. But here's the info about it. General Henry Knox. Yeah, talked about how the soldiers often lived in the huts, but the officers' quarters, they lived in the houses of the local people here. Yeah, it calls the hosts were often reluctant hosts who just wanted to stay out of the war. It's kind of cool, though. A number of the officers began the encampment in local houses. Many, including Knox, later moved into huts to be closer to the men. That's pretty cool. Well, let's take a closer look at this place. All right, this place is beautiful. I absolutely love these old historic homes. Wow. Some older stone sections over here. I'm guessing these might have been the older parts of the house. Yeah, wow. Beautiful. Yeah, just beautiful place. Old house. Big old sycamore tree there. But I gotta find that trail. I mean, it got some Mount Misery up there. Gotta find that trailhead. Let's just go this way. Alright, this is nice. Beautiful stream. Yeah, wow. So that makes living up there at the house even better. Yeah, so in my videos, whenever I come to these old houses, I always talk about wanting to live in them. Or if I come to an old log house, like this morning we were at that old log house from 1640, the oldest house in Pennsylvania. Kind of torn between the two, you know, living in a log home out in the woods next to a stream, or living in some old historic building like that back there, old stone home. Maybe I'll get a place that's both, you know. Alright, just beautiful places though. Alright, we have a sign for the Mount Misery Trail and the Valley Creek Trail, but I want to quick take a look at the house down here, since we're doing a little bit of history here. Yeah, another beautiful old home. Oh, look at that. Like an old cold storage cellar, but that's very ornate though. That top stone right there. Wow. That's pretty awesome. Alright, let's get to the Mount Misery Trail. Alright, yes, up across the road here is our trailhead for the Mount Misery. Hopefully we don't get wet. I know I was at Fort Mifflin earlier, we got a bit wet, some storms. But hopefully that's just a passing cloud that won't dump on us. We'll see. If we get wet, we get wet. Alright, looks like they have an information board and some maps, so we'll grab one of those. Let's see where we are here. Alright, yeah, so I parked, for showing up This spot here, so this spot there says general parking. We're gonna go up the orange trail, which is the Mount Misery trail. Hook up to the blue trail, which is the horseshoe trail, and then come back on the green trail there, which is the Valley Creek trail. That is the plan. Grab ourselves a map too while we're at it. Yeah, so here's a map of the whole park, but we park, scooch over, we park down here at Knox's headquarters, the general parking. I love over here now somewhere. They don't have the trails listed over here, but that's fine. We're hiking over in this area, all the way on the western side of the park. All right, let's get going. Yeah, so the trails are well marked here. So we are on the Mount Misery Trail. Horseshoe Trail is not even a mile away. Just off trail, look what we have. You should know what these are. Wine berries. I've eaten these a number of times on trail. These are amazingly good. If they're fully ripe. If they're not fully ripe, they're a bit tart. Alright. Well, there's a bit more over here. Thought I saw one that was really ripe. Here, back there he is. Nah. I'll pass on that one. I thought I saw another one. Oh, over here. Let's check over here, though. Like this one right here. This should be good. Yep. That's a good one. All right. Enough eating. Save the rest for others, for the wildlife. Yes, my favorite bird song is being sung. There it is. Did you remember what it is from other videos? There, it's the wood thrush. I was trying to zoom in on one, but it's just too difficult. They're in like all the foliage. I love that sound. It's like melodious. I guess that's the term to use. Yeah, there it is. Beautiful sound. The wood thrush. Beautiful day to be out. We just got through a heat wave of our own. Nothing like they've had out west, but I know the other day, what's today? Today's Friday. Like Wednesday, the temperatures peaked at 97 degrees here. My area. But that's done for now. It's only like 80 degrees out today. Yeah, and just like that, I think we're at the top. Well, maybe not quite the top of the hill, but as far as the trail goes. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm also looking for a place to have a late lunch too, up here. Yeah, so Valley Forge is an absolutely amazing place to come visit. Whether you're just out here to hike or just if you're a history buff, it's amazing. A couple years ago I did film here and I hiked around the whole like loop. You can see all the significant places, monuments everywhere. It's amazing. But I should probably do that again sometime. Like I said, today I'm just on my way home, just stopping to stretch my legs out, get a little bit of hiking in. Why not? It's just absolutely beautiful. Not terribly warm, but it is muggy. Glasses are fogging up a little bit. Yeah, never been on this trail. On the other end, I have been the Horseshoe Trail. I guess I was at that Colonial Springs, the ruins of that place. But up here, I've never been. I've seen videos of people up here hiking, so time to do it myself. All right, still gotta find that lunch spot. Yeah, I guess I should mention too, if you don't know anything about Valley Forge or what it is, you know, it's here in Pennsylvania, not too far from Philly, but this is where General Washington stayed, overwintered in the winter of 77 through 78, 1777 to 78. Was not a good, it was a harsh winter. A lot of men died from exposure and things like that, but I survived. It was a tough time. It's kind of where they encamped that winter. The British were not too far away. The British had just captured Philadelphia in earlier in 1777. So that's kind of just a general background. There's a lot more I could say, but in case you're not familiar with what Valley Forge is. All right, so here we have a split in the trail. Like I said, the place is well marked. The Wolfinger Trail, that takes you down to the Valley Creek Trail. But we're going to continue on the Mount Misery Trail. Keeps going up, so we were not at the top yet. My bad. I figured it weren't. Every time I say that in my videos, when I'm on the trail, I'm like, well, I think we're at the top, and then we never are. So. All right, now I'm pretty sure we're at the top, but there are some other side trails that branch off that are not labeled, but if you stay on the Blaze Trail, like this one's blazed white. On the maps, it's an orange color, but here in the trail, it's blazed white, which could be confusing. Most of the times, whatever color's on the map is usually the color blazes on the trees, but not always. But just follow the blaze marks, and you'll be on the main trail. Alright, so here's our next trail junction. Of course, this is the Horseshoe Trail now. Yellow blazes. That way takes us north to the park boundary. Don't want that. We don't go down this way towards Route 23. There's like a little bell here, I guess you can ring. Ring this bell. I guess that says you made it to the top, I guess. Alright, let's move on. So we're gonna head down the Horseshoe Trail. I think this will take us past the, I guess if I remember correctly, that Colonial Springs bottling plant, the ruins of that. And then we need to look for the Valley Creek Trail. And a place to eat lunch. Alright, once again we have another trail junction that's unmarked, but you notice we are following the yellow blazes now for the Horseshoe Trail. So there's a trail that goes off that way. There's a trail that goes down this way too, so which way do you go? Well, if you look up there, there's a yellow blaze on that tree up there, so that's the way you want to go if you want to stay on the main path. Yeah, and just up ahead are those ruins. You can see them down there, so I will probably eat lunch here. There's no one here either. A lot of times when you come here, it's a pretty popular spot. Yep, just like I remembered. I don't remember the water coming out the door there though. Yeah, parts of this have been reconstructed a little bit, I believe. You can see there's new wood in those windows versus the older one over there. Alright, let's go in. Love the sound of that water. Let's go check it out up here. Yeah, back around the corner. Well, there's some trash, but that's the source of the water. And it flows on out. Beautiful little spot. And I think we'll eat lunch right here. Yeah, beautiful spot for lunch. So I've been trying something new lately for lunches. I got these tortilla, what are you going to call them? Corn tortilla rolls, or what are you going to call them? And I've been using the tuna. They squeeze the tuna packets out on them. I also want to try them with peanut butter and honey sometime too. Let me get the tuna. And then I squeeze the tuna out, wrap it up, and then kind of double wrap it over the top. Because these can be kind of fragile. Get all of it out. And kind of roll it up a little bit. Put the other one over it too. Kind of like a tuna sandwich burrito type thing going on there. It's a little messy sometimes, but it works. Yeah, great place to have lunch right here in these old ruins from the, I think from the early 1800s they date. Right next to like a little waterfall. And there's definitely some cool air coming out of back there, so great spot. But in a little bit we'll get going again. So I'm just gonna stay here for a little bit longer. Enjoy myself. Alright, time to head on out. Right there's our little lunch spot. Go ahead and walk through the ruins. Yeah, last time I was here, it's kind of interesting. There was a group of people in here taking pictures, but they were, I guess the term is they were dressed up as goth people, you know, black on and stuff like that. One guy had a leash around his neck, being pulled by another girl, being pulled by a girl, and I guess they were having a little photo shoot. Really, really nice people though. You know, they were making sure they were not in my way when I was trying to take pictures and stuff, so they were really cool. They looked a little scary looking, but they were pretty cool folks. Yeah, so it just goes to show you never know. People might look scary, but they might actually be really nice folks. Alright, but sometimes scary looking people are scary too, in general. Alright, just one last look at the ruins. That's kind of where we came out at. Looking up that way. And just down from the ruins, we got another pleasant little waterfall. Probably was a dam right here at one point. Filled with metal, rusted out pipes, but that's pretty. Right, time to keep heading down. So somewhere down here we should be able to hook up with the Valley Creek Trail. I think there's another trail down here too called the Colonial Springs Trail. I've been on both. The last time I came here several years ago I came up this way. Made a little loop on those two trails. But not the Valley Creek Trail. Oh, that's right, there's this over here too. I don't know if I remember seeing it last time I was here. Just a few more ruins up there off the trail. Alright. Yeah, so here's that split off. Of course, we're going to stay on the Horseshoe Trail, but I'm pretty sure this is called the Colonial Springs Trail. That takes you down. It hooks back up with the Horseshoe Trail further down. Oh, some more ruins. Oh, another waterfall. That's cool. Kind of in the shade there. Check this out. Haven't seen a whole lot of mushrooms this year yet, this summer, but there we go. There's a beautiful specimen. If that's gills underneath, let me double check. I don't feel any. I wonder if it's one of those chicken mushrooms. Just as the pores underneath. Probably a sulfur chicken mushroom. Alright, another trail junction. I'm guessing this is the Valley Creek Trail. Horseshoe Trail continues on that way. What is this, Valley Creek Trail? Yep, Valley Creek Trail. Covered bridge down this way. Yeah, so we're gonna head this way. I've never been that way, but the Horseshoe Trail does continue. It does take you to, I think it's Route 29, and you can park down there. General Washington's headquarters is down that way. That's where you can park. Yeah, so the first time I was here and went up to those ruins, I parked down at General Washington's headquarters. Kind of made my way to the Horseshoe Trail there. The only problem with there is you do have limited time. I think you can only park there for 2 hours. I think, if I remember correctly. So you might want to keep that in mind if you park there and come up that way. But that's another place you can park if you want to come up from that end. Yeah, so I thought I heard water down here. Sure enough, I did. It's like the remains of a dam up here. Let's take a look. Oh, that's beautiful. See it through there. Try to zoom in a little bit. Let's get a little bit closer. Whoops, it's a trip. That's intriguing right there. Little tunnel. There's one on the other side too. Well, that kind of ruins the romance a little bit. Polluted water. Yeah, I'm not really sure that the water is polluted. They just might put that sign up just to keep people off the dam and out of the water there. Not sure what it'd be polluted from. But anyway, definitely a neat spot there. Place to remember. Because you can kind of hang out on the shore there right by the water's falling. Alright, let's keep going. I didn't know that was there. That was pretty cool. So this trail is a bit noisier. There is a highway just across the stream there, but it is what it is. And if you don't want to hear the traffic, you could just go back the way you came, go back up Mount Misery again. But I think I'll do this. Looks like we got some ruins down there, maybe along the stream, but we got one of our information boards. Let's see what it says here. Upper Forge site. So there was a iron forge here at one point. Kind of hard to see on the screen there, the dappled light. We'll get a better look up here. Let's just go down here. Guess this is the site. All this concrete you're seeing. Yes, I've passed several people catching fish out of the stream, so once again, I'm not sure how polluted it is. I think they may just said that, just like I said, just to keep people out. Sounds very, how should I say it, governmenty, if I can say that. Who knows, maybe it is, that I don't know, something I'm not aware of. Some beautiful tiger lilies along the trail here with the traffic. I mean, it is a flat, pleasant walk, you know, even with the traffic noise. So if you're looking for something flat and level to hike on, it's not a bad choice. Yeah, and up here is the covered bridge. I forget the name offhand. I think the road, is that route? Yeah, I believe that's Route 252 up there. But this is Yellow Springs Road right here. If I remember correctly, just drove across here looking for parking. It's one lane bridge. Pretty cool. Alright, yeah, so there's our little one lane bridge. So I think, pretty sure I make my way up that way. That's where the trailhead was over there. Let's look down the bridge. Alright. Oh, there's that beautiful stream again. And we made it back to my home. Well, I wish, I guess. Alright, so that was a fun hike. I forgot to time it to see how many miles it was, but I'm gonna say roughly 3, give or take, because into the Valley Creek Trail was a mile. And then you gotta figure that the Mount Misery and Horseshoe Trail, you're a little bit more than that. And plus you gotta hike from the parking area to the trailhead and back. So give or take 3 miles, but definitely worth a hike. Anyway, I'm gonna get home, had a great day. Visiting some places down here in the Philly area. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.